Hi students, welcome back. So we'll see what are the other branches of forensic science and computer forensic. This is a newly emerging branch of forensic science because now the technology is increasing and all the criminals are moving to new technological ideas, and they are using computer for committing the crimes. So, computer forensic is the process of methodologically examining computer media such as hard disk, diskettes, tapes, or SD card or pen drives as evidences. So, what is computer forensic? Computer forensic is the process of methodologically examining computer media for evidence. In other words, computer forensic is the collection, preservation, analysis, and presentation of computer related evidences. So in computer forensic or in cyber division, what they will do is that they will examine the evidences which are related to computer or internet or mobile phone, such kind of things. And computer forensic is also referred to as computer forensic analysis, electronic discovery, electronic evidence discovery, digital discovery, data recovery, data discovery, computer analysis, and computer examination, and they are also called cyber forensic. So don't get confused with these names. Computer forensic is referred to as computer forensic analysis, electronic discovery, electronic evidence discovery, digital discovery, data recovery, data discovery, computer analysis, and computer examination. Computer evidence can be useful in criminal cases, civil disputes, and human resource or employment proceedings. So for these kind of cases, such as it can be useful in criminal case or whether in civil case or any other employment proceeding things. So this is also very important division now, because nowadays almost all the crimes are committing using computer or new technologies. And next division is question document examination. What is a document? A document is a piece of written, printed, or electronic matter that provides information or evidence, or that serves as an official record. So, what is a document? A document can be anything which is written, which is printed, or electronic matter. It can be engraved, it can be sculptured, it can be a painted thing. Anything which is providing an information, any piece of information. It can be anything. If something is written on a stone, or something is engraved, or any sculpture, anything which is giving an information, that thing is called a document. And what is a question document? So if this document's authenticity is in doubt, that doubted documents are called, the authenticity is in doubt, that document is called question document. So any object that contains handwritten, typewritten, or printed, making whose source of authenticity is in doubt, is referred to as question document. Albert Osborne developed fundamental principles of document examination. Who? Albert Osborne developed the fundamental principles of document examination in 1910. In 1910, he wrote a classical book titled Question Documents, which is a primary reference book for document examination. So, Albert Osborne developed fundamental principles of document examination, and he wrote a book in 1910, and the name of that book is Question Documents, which is primary reference book for document experts. So do remember this name, Albert Osborne, and the book written by him, Question Document. And common documents encountered as evidences are letters, it may be checks, money receipts, money order forms, account books, driving license, contracts, wills, sale deeds, passport, lottery ticket, anything. It can be any document, such as it can be a letter or check from a bank, or a money receipt from a bank, or account books, driving license, contracts, or property agreement, anything. And this is some examples of question document. Like this, altered documents will be there in check. What they will do is that it may be it only 900 rupees will be there in the check. And for what they will do, what the culprit will do, he will add one zero to make it as 9,000, and he will give to the bank. He can give that to the bank. So if bank gets suspicion about that check, about that adding of 10, what they will do, they will call the police, and the police will send this to the question document examiner. And while examining the check, under so many instruments will are there, like VSE and microscope. He can use video microscope, he can use. So all these sophisticated instruments helps to identify whether there is any alteration in that check. So from that he can identify this is an altered check or not. Then this is some examples. He can like a forgery of a signature. So maybe it's in my account, huge amount is the 3 lakhs rupees, or like anybody need 3 lakhs rupees from my account. What they will do, they will store my checkbook and they will take one leaf. They will only put signature as my own. They will forge my signature. So if the bank gets suspicion about that, they can send this to document examiner, so he can tell whether the signature is forged or not. So like this examinations are done in forensic question document division. So in documentation, what all the things they are doing: comparison of question writings and signature with non-standard writing to establish genuineness. Then identify make, model, or age of the typewriter used in typing of the typewritten document, like from which typewriter it has typed, whether the two samples are typed by the same typewriter or not, printed from the same printer or not, and determining the age of ink, paper and document, whether this is an old document or whether they made they altered this as an old document. If they, like in some property deals and all, what they will do is that they will take a new paper and they will make a document. And there are techniques to make it as old documents. So for that, by identifying, the forensic like a document expert can identify this is whether an old document, the ink used is old or not, like that, the age of the ink and the age of the document. From that they can finalize whether they made a alteration or not. Then deciphering erased, altered, added or obliterated writings. So I told you we can alter the rupees in the check, and also for identify these kind of alterations or additions or erased materials, erased writings, document division will help. Then deciphering intended or secret writing. So for passing the informations, some criminals, some terrorists are using secret writings and all, and only the receiver can read that secret writing. So in such cases, for deciphering that secret writings also, document examiner is helping. So these are the things done in document division. Next is forensic biology. Forensic biology is the application of biology to solve legal issues. In examination of crimes such as murder, robbery, rape, etc., the examination of biological materials play an important role in connecting the criminal with the crime. In most of the crime scene of murder or rape or any other sexual assault cases or any kidnapping cases, such kind of criminal cases, we will encounter, the investigator can encounter the biological evidence such as blood or semen or any other body fluids, and examination of this is done in the forensic biology division. When biological evidences determine the origin of a questioned, whether the blood belongs to this person, which is the blood group of that person, and from that we can identify the person itself. And the nature of species of a blood and other body fluids, and to show the particular source of biological evidence, whether the red color, red stained mark on the wall is whether it is blood or not. If it is blood, whether it is human blood or not, whether it is animal or human blood. If it is human blood, what is the blood group of that blood. And after finding out the blood group, DNA also comes under this biology division. So DNA examination, after the examination and analysis of DNA profile we will get. From that we can identify the person whose blood is that one. Then blood, urine, saliva, semen, hair, fecal matter, etc. are some of the examples of biological evidences. And in biology division, what they are dealing with, the biology division deals with physical evidence pertaining to living beings like human and animals, as well as materials of plant origin. This division generally handles the work items, the following items of work: bacteriological and entomological examination of exhibits, anatomical examination of human and animal bones, skeletal remains, teeth, etc. So they will conduct examination on any entomological evidences such as insects. Entomology means study of insects. So if any, like from the dead body we can take out the insects which are feeding on the dead body, so the examination of that one. Then many bacteriological examination, and human and animal bone examination, the skeletal remains and teeth, etc. So all these examinations comes under biology division. Then morphological examination of materials like hair, wool, fibers, wood and wood fragments, seed, leaf fragments, then pollens, microflora, diatoms, etc. with a view to identify the material. So these kind of biology we can divide into three, like forensic biology, then serology, botany. So and DNA division. And in biology what they will do all the preliminary examination and confirmatory examination of the blood and other body fluids like semen, saliva, and this fecal matter, urine, vaginal secretions, and all those kinds they are doing in biology division. In botany, forensic botany, they will do all the plants examination and diatoms. In DNA division what they will do, they will examine the DNA, like whatever we are confirmed that this is a blood from the biology or serology division. We confirm that this is blood and this is the blood group of this person. So after confirming this is the human blood, what they will take this to DNA division, and in DNA division they will analyze, get a profile of the DNA. They will do the DNA examination and we'll get the DNA profile, and from that profile we can identify the person. So in botany I told it's also a branch of forensic biology. Forensic botany is the application of plant science to legal matters. So using the clues from plants in order to aid in the solution of serious crimes such as murder, kidnapping, and the cause of death of a victim. So many examples are there, like pollen grains act as an evidence for identifying the criminal. So in some cases they will dump the body into some grasslands or something like that. So from that they will get grass, and sometimes if they are if it is a drowning case, diatoms will be present on the will be there in the lungs or stomach of the victim. So in such cases diatom examination is needed. In some cases pollen examination is needed. So we are using the application of plant science to solve such kind of cases. The forensic experts require an understanding of what is necessary for biological evidence to be accepted as evidence in your judicial system. And so many applications of plant science into criminal investigation is there, like palynology, ecology, systematics, limnology, anatomy, and dendrochronology, etc. So there is no need of studying all these things. I just included in this slide. And you must learn one thing: forensic palynology. Forensic palynology is the study of pollen grains, spores, and acid resistant microorganism to provide an associative evidence. It can help in finding location of death, decomposition, and time of year. So forensic palynology is the study of pollen grains. So this is also important in forensic botany. So this is about forensic botany. And if you have any doubts, ask me. We will clear in the discussion section. Thank you.